I guess we'll skip the intro today. Welcome back. Hope you're all doing great. Good morning, friends. Just gonna check if I got sound here. And even if we're online, things are looking a little weird on my end. Sweet. Welcome back. Good morning, friends. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you had a nice, safe trading day. Holy shnikey. Not much action. And that's okay. It kind of sets up things for later. And I'm okay with just chilling out for the next couple of weeks. So in the update last night, I was mentioning how I would like to see price gravitate up towards the red line here. This is the midway point of a previous week's wick, and I really like this area for sensitivity. And once it gets here, if it does, I don't really know which way it's going to want to go after. Can it spike up? Can it spike down? We're still at equilibrium of our range, so we're just waiting for it to move. And look at how it's not moving. So if you feel like you're having a rough time, this is it right here. You got to know when to sit out. This morning, I slept in. I slept in till about this would be 10:30 EST. So I know that sounds like a sleep in, but that's only 7:30 my time. So yeah, so I was mentioning, if you go back in the previous video, does it want to come and pop this high here? These highs in here, this one here, but leave this one alone. So it looks like it's just poked this guy here. There it is. So that's that price point right there. Now, too much going on here. That's that price point right there. Just opened up and poked everybody for the overnight trading. It happens. Yeah, sleep in, man. Like, when I'm not posting much for you guys, there's a reason why. And sure, you could have grabbed this PM run if you wanted. I mean, it was definitely offered. Beautiful discount, beautiful premium. Just in the range here, no big deal. But no need to go forcing it. It's not time to be looking for big plays. So we are, in fact, working up in towards that price point. So this is going to be the buy-side liquidity pool. And we're too close to ignore it now. And so when and if we get here, I want to see what information is offered. So look, I mentioned this at the beginning of the week and reminded you guys yesterday. And for those asking, price action is just simply in my favor at the moment. It's not it's coming back to life, basically. So it's in my favor. And these are the things that I would want to see materialize if we were likely going to move in some dynamic fashion, meaning that we're making an accumulation range. I like that. So tomorrow, Wednesday, I would prefer that price starts gravitating towards this larger double bottom down here. However, I think we are back above the weekly open. Yeah, we are. So my bearish bias for the week could be annihilated here. When I was last night with you guys updating just after we did that drop. The reason why I didn't want to see that drop then is because I wanted it to save it for after. I wanted it to rise up, come and tag buy side liquidity, and then start working its way down. It's kind of doing the opposite. Can we consider that the low of the week? I mean, we can, but just because it's August and we have PCE coming up and rate cuts, you know, one of the major things is like everybody wants to be a hero and call direction and be like, oh, look, I called it. Look, how about just sit and say, who cares? It's not time to be trying to call every fluctuation in price. Let's just use the information that we're provided these next few weeks to move forward into the final quarter of the calendar year. Like in the Discord, we got new students, which is natural, but we got some new students who are just showing the extreme of a beginner trader's mindset, where they're just like, where's the next setup? Give me the next one. You're learning that day trading is not exactly like that. So when you see that, you can go, oh yeah, I used to be there. And we all did. We were all there. So it's not like I'm talking from a place where I've never been there. You know what I mean? So long story short, and I mentioned this at the beginning of my return to YouTube, I don't know. I have an expectation. Okay, MG? I have an expectation on the market. If it's being met, or if I'm recognizing, let's say that we're in low of the week and we rip up all the way till PCE on Friday and we make a new all-time high and everything's just classic and perfect, then I was completely offside. But now I'm studying, what did the weekly candlestick do? Was it really organized? Now that we're above the open, do we stay above the open tomorrow? So that's going to be the line in the sand for me. If and when we get into buy side liquidity, here into London tonight, do we start breaking back below the open? So essentially, if we start repricing outside of this annotation here, I would expect price to want to fall. And that's my primary expectation. But I have no skin in the game. I have no excitement or interest in looking for big, huge, fat trades right now. Absolutely none. I want this information so I know what to do later. And that's what you're here to study. So if I am offside and we don't start working in down here this week, I would want to see it next week. Either way, I want to see a violent dip into these equal lows down here at some point before we flip the commitment of traders report back to a buy program. So this order block with this fair value gap seems to be working quite well. That down close candle here, and again, this is like the line in the sand, right? So we've got an order block, seems to be holding so far, so good, with a fair value gap. This is closed above the down close candle. It's opened respectively, and it's closed back above the lower quadrant of that wick. So the only thing that just for now I could say is that we come and poke buy side liquidity and run into this mitigation block here. And also, I'm not sure if I had this on, I don't think so, but just a point of interest here is this old day opening gap. Consequent encroachment happens to line up with the midpoint of that wick really well, so I like that point, but that's just right here. And this is what I mean, like, I would like to see it dip so we can violently rip out of this sell side liquidity pool in a major way. If we don't get that, then we don't get it. And I'm just practicing right now. I'm just bullying price around, getting back in the groove from the summer months, going from scalper, and now we're likely anticipating violent expansions coming. So just keep practicing. Don't hurt yourselves. Don't overdo it. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.